Hello and welcome to another episode, and today I want to talk about something different, something unique. Back in March when the Nintendo Switch came out and I purchased one, I made a Japanese eShop account with one of my other accounts on the system because one of the really cool things about the Nintendo Switch is you have the ability to just make an eShop account for any region you want to, and you can buy games from that region, and they just work as long as your system is set to English. It'll display the game in English if that game supports it. Now, obviously, not every Japanese game is going to support this, but it's extremely possible to buy Japanese games and play them in English before they come out in America. So, I did this back in March because I really wanted to play the Puyo Puyo Tetris demo, and through all of that, I kind of just had this account sitting here and I haven't really done much with it. So a couple weeks ago I was watching different YouTube channels, and I watch a lot of different YouTube content. I don't just make YouTube content. Like, I absorb a lot of YouTube content. I love a lot of different YouTube, and I was watching a video by RGT85, and he was talking about this cool Nintendo eShop game called Vaccine. And I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, obviously, as you've learned on this channel, the original Resident Evil is my favorite video game of all time. And I really wanted to try this game. I thought it looked awesome. I went on, I made a Japanese Amazon account, and there's a little trickery to making that work. But I did it, and I bought a card for, I want to say it was like was it 1,000 yen or 10,000 yen? I want to say it's 1,000 yen, which is equal to $10. And I went on my Japanese eShop, bought this game, downloaded it, and we were ready to go. So what is Vaccine? Vaccine is a really interesting concept. So in the last couple of years, roguelikes have become extremely popular. One of my favorite games of the last 5 years here or so is a game called Rogue Legacy, which is essentially Castlevania with a roguelike element. So every time that you die, you restart, but the castle changes. Every time you play the castle after you've died, the castle has changed. Obviously, you're going to see the same patterns, but the rooms are different. The layout is never identical, and that's what's really cool about that game. So, you know, flash forward a couple of years, roguelikes are obviously really extremely popular, and because of that, also procedurally generated levels and stuff like that, really popular right now. So, I was extremely excited when I saw on RGT85's channel, he was playing this game called Vaccine, which is literally like playing the original Resident Evil in a procedurally generated house. So, that's what this game is. Now, it's not like Resident Evil, there's not a lot of puzzle solving, and again, when you make a game where the house is going to constantly be changing, you can't put a lot of puzzles in and, you know, go back in between different rooms and stuff because it just simply wouldn't work. What's cool about this game, it's a very simple and basic storyline. Essentially, you play as one of two characters. They have names. I don't remember them off the top of my head because the story really doesn't matter that much here. But your partner, think of it like if you were playing Resident Evil, there's Jill and there's Chris. There's a male and there's a female character here. So whatever person you're not playing as has been infected by some sort of virus that's going on in this house that you're exploring. And you have 30 minutes, and it actually counts down in real time, to go and find the vaccine, hence the name Vaccine, to find the vaccine to save the other person. You have 30 minutes, but every time you die, the house's layout changes. Now, if I have one complaint about this game, it would be that even though the house changes and it's different every single time, I have run into the problem of sometimes you'll get a run of the game where a lot of doors have doorknobs that are broken and stuff like that. And that's a real bummer because it shows that this game needs a patch and need to work out some of the math behind it. But I still like and appreciate this game a lot. Another complaint people are going to throw at this game is it looks ugly as hell, man. And it really does. It looks like a PS1 game running on modern hardware, and that's what this game is. It's blocky, it's very textury, if that makes sense to you. But I have a vast love and appreciation for what this game is trying to do, and it's a concept that never even came up in my mind that someone could possibly do for this game, and it works so incredibly well. I really have enjoyed what I've played of it thus far. I haven't completed a run yet. I've probably played about 5 hours of this game now, so I haven't dived into it like a lot. And again, there's not a lot to this game. That's why it's $10 or 1,000 yen. It's not a big AAA $60 game by any means necessary, so I like what I've played of it a lot. There are different creatures in the house and stuff. Like, obviously there's going to be like what I would call zombies, but they're slow. They're like Resident Evil 1 zombies. You can knife them. Every time you start a run, you will always get the knife, and then you can find a gun. You'll pick up ammo. I found a shotgun. There are different notes laid around the house. There's so many nods to the original Resident Evil in this game. It's kind of absurd. I really like this game. It's something you should check out. I don't know if it's ever going to come out to America. But again, and I'm not going to give you all the details on how to make a Japanese eShop account here, but it's really easy. Just Google it. You can figure it out for yourself, but it's really easy, and it's worth it for this game alone. There's also some other creatures in the house and stuff. There's some I've seen rats. I've seen these creatures that walk on all four. I've seen zombies. Like, there's a bunch of different stuff in this game. Some of them are fast, some of them are slow. Another thing that's really cool and a key component of this game is everything you do in the game gives you experience, but that experience only pertains to your character for the run that you're on. So you're always going to start at level 1, but every time you open a door, you earn experience. Every time you kill an enemy, you earn experience. Every time you pick up an item, you earn experience. You're constantly earning experience, and you can choose 5 different things to level your character up. You can level up his health, dexterity, luck, like all that kind of stuff. It's a really cool idea. I really like it. It's interesting. I kind of want to see somebody take this concept and expand it more, because again, the original Resident Evil is such a fascinating game still to me. Like, every time I play through that game, and I play through it a couple times a year, I always find something not necessarily new, but something more to appreciate about it every time I play that game. And I really feel like this company on here, I think they're called Rainy Frog, they're really onto something with this idea. I think that there could be more if they make a vaccine too or whatever. I also kind of hope that if they make another version of this game, they up the graphics a little bit. The Switch is capable of so much more than what's going on in this game, and that's kind of a bummer here that this game looks like a PS1 game. It's going to turn a lot of people off because of the graphics. I personally don't care. It makes me feel like I'm living in 1996 again, playing Resident Evil, and that's what I really like about it. I've had fun playing this game on my TV over here. I've had fun playing it just handheld mode. I've had a blast with this game the little bit that I've played of it, and I really encourage you to check it out. Again, it's pretty easy to make a Japanese eShop account. It's really easy to go out and get the card just through Amazon, or you can even go on PlayAsia. It's a really cool game. You should check it out. Anyways, guys, until next time.